After a brief stint in New Zealand managed isolation quarantine, we returned back to our home in Queenstown, ready for an epic summer. In this episode, we take advantage of an unusually warm summer and explore by kayak the surrounding lakes and rivers, the lifeblood of the region. Uncovering a hidden island on Lake Wakatipu,
visiting rare and endangered birds in Anau,
gliding between high canyon walls on the Shotover River, and a trip to Wanaka to kayak rapids on the mighty Upper Clutha River, the start of New Zealand's fastest flowing river. Join us for this and more on Global Travel Stories. Where are we, Miranda?
New Zealand.
So before we make a mess out of the room, this is our quarantine room for the next 7 days. Well, the bathroom's pretty big too. So first of all, we just wanted to say Merry Christmas to everyone out there.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. To those that we haven't been keeping in touch with, just a little bit of an update on us. We are back here in New Zealand. We are in managed isolation quarantine at the moment. So we are actually at a hotel in the centre of Auckland. So we have these lovely views outside of the city. Look but don't touch. We aren't really going out anywhere, so we are spending, unfortunately, Christmas here in quarantine. But not to worry, it's been great so far. We've been very, very productive. Aside from that, just mainly saying Merry Christmas to everyone and all our friends in New Zealand. Hopefully we'll get to catch up with you very, very shortly as soon as we get out of isolation. And to everyone else, keep in touch. We miss you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We celebrated our return with friends for New Year's Eve. Warm weather and sunny days kicking off as a spectacular Queenstown summer.
Something happened in the sun, yeah. Something happens to everyone. Whoa. And I was hard and plain to see, yeah.
Alright, Chicky, where are we?
Kelvin Peninsula.
We're on the Kelvin Peninsula. We're about to do a little kayak around here. Francesco is blowing up the seat. He's waiting very patiently for me to help him out. How you going to do that one? Don't worry. Whoa! Alright, Francesco, shall we do it?
Let's do it.
He's got a display on the front too. Look how cool that is.
Oh, it's cool. Yeah.
Let's go.
Whoa. Some things just happen, you see.
Yeah, so once a year, usually in the off season, they service the old TSS Ernslaw steamship right here in this little dock. Awesome.
I was hiding from the sun, yeah. And life took hold of me.
So this is the Kelvin Heights Peninsula right down here. It is the most expensive suburb in all of Queenstown, or the Queenstown region. Average house price about $2 million, give or take. And it's the only place in Queenstown that receives sunlight all year round. So in winter, they have beautiful sunshine all through here, where everything around here is in the shade. Lucky to be rich.
Something happened in the sun, yeah. Something happens to everyone. Whoa.
So Lake Wakatipu here is glacial fed water, and it typically sits between 8 and 12 degrees Celsius, hence why I have the wetsuit on. Still kind of take your breath away, but
Things are hard to see.
Alrighty, Shane here with Francesco, and we are heading out to where?
Hidden Island.
Hidden Island.
See right there. Somewhere
Spot
there.
the island. We suspect it to be somewhere down here. So the goal today is to get into the kayak and to row along the coastline there, trying to look for hidden islands. We'll talk a little bit about Hidden Island when we get down there too. Alrighty, so we've just left here from Kelvin Heights, and this is Deer Park Heights here, one of the biggest deer farms in New Zealand. Also location for what films? These
Lord of the Rings, of course.
Yeah, little budget films, you might have heard of them, Lord of the Rings, like indie films. So they shot a lot of those up there. Got the Remarkables in the background there, and behind the Remarkables is the Remarkables ski field. So we're about a third of the way now. Gotta get down to there. It's actually not that hard. The wind's a little bit, but so the wind's coming down from Kingston. That's that direction down there, and Glenorchy is the other way. So we think we've discovered where Hidden Island is. We're not 100% sure because it is actually truly hidden, but we've got Cecil Peak up here, and at the bottom of Cecil Peak, if you go right down there to the right, there's a nice little beach, and then there's like a little area, a section down there full of sort of dead trees, which Hidden Island does have a few dead trees on, so we think it's there. We're gonna head to the coastline right now and then cruise right around to that section there, and hopefully we'll discover Hidden Island. We'll see. So I think we've actually spotted the island now. We thought it was over here next to this beach on the right, but in fact a little further right you can see a gap of water and what looks like an island. So we think the hidden island is actually there, well hidden as the name suggests. Should we do it?
Of course.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
And this is all private farming land right here, which is kind of crazy to think about. People own these mountains. It's just nuts. Same with Walter Peak over there too. So we have arrived here on Hidden Island. Not so hidden when you're on it or getting close, but from the other side, just over there on the Kelvin Peninsula, this was basically invisible to us, which is pretty cool because we had no idea which direction we were heading until we got here. Francesco's already up there exploring. So there was a fantasy film in the late 80s directed by George Lucas, who did Star Wars, called Willow, and Willow was actually filmed here in this area. And there is one scene where you can see Willow himself, which is the main character, making his way out to this little island here on a little boat, and there's a little cage with a possum in it. I can't really remember that specifically, but that actually featured this island, which is kind of cool. So Francesco's found a campsite.
Or remain like here. Somebody could stay.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a burnt fire or something.
When?
Do you know who Warwick Davis is? The little guy that plays Willow.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. He also played the Ewok, the main Ewok in Star Wars. That's where George Lucas found him and asked him to basically be the main character of his next film, which was filmed right here.
See how often it's windy this way? All these trees are.
It's really cool. So here in Lake Wakatipu, it's the third largest lake in New Zealand. It's 80 kilometers long, 380 meters deep. It's icy cold, 8 to 12 degrees Celsius, so a little bit of a chill. That's why I'm wearing my wetsuit. Oh, even a wetsuit that's icy. I think this is closer to 8 degrees Celsius right now.
Feet and hands.
It is the longest lake in New Zealand.
Glacial origin.
Yeah.
Survived? I survived. Just barely survived.
You gonna do it?
No. No wetsuit for me.
Alright, we're good. Okay, so now we bid our farewell to
Hidden Island.
Hidden Island.
Again very soon.
It will actually. So we'll see it camouflaged behind us. Now we're heading back to Kelvin Peninsula.
point.
So you can clearly
Yeah, still see the...
see or not see.
No, because now we know where it is.
Yeah, it's right there. But it is like an illusion. It's just camouflaged into the hills.
On the right. Yeah.
It's crazy. Hidden Island.
happens to everyone. Now it's hard and plain to see. Yeah, something's happening to me.
Alrighty, so we made it. Woo! We found the hidden island. It's just hidden again. I actually can't see where it is anymore. It's awesome.
On a half-day working as a local tour guide for Cheeky Kiwi Travel, Miranda joined me for a trip to Te Anau.
Alrighty, Cheeky, where are we?
We're at the bird sanctuary in Te Anau.
And what are we looking forward to seeing the most?
The takahe.
And their little chicks, right?
And little chickies.
The little chickies. So what have we got here, Miranda?
We got kayaking or kakariki.
Kayaking.
Viewing the vibrant colors of the kakariki to their much larger cousin, the endangered kaka, with the problem-solving capacity of a 5-year-old. The Te Anau Bird Sanctuary is involved in looking after injured birds and breeding programs for critically endangered species such as the takahe.
Due to the introduction of predatory mammals and habitat loss, the takahe was thought to be extinct after the last captive bird died in 1898. A small population was found 50 years later in the Murchison Mountains, right across from the sanctuary. Their numbers are now just under 500 thanks to the success of breeding programs.
The sanctuary had just welcomed 2 chicks, which are the smaller brown fluffy birds, being fostered by 3 larger adult takahe recognized by their bright plumage.
These birds are closely related to the pukeko or Australian swamp hen and show the flightless adaptation to a landscape that once yielded no major predators before the arrival of people.
Alrighty, so we are just leaving a little place called Tucker's Beach. Myself and partner in crime Frankie G over here. We are going to head to Shotover Canyon, normally where they would take the jet boat, but we are after hours, so 5:30 p.m. and this summer they've actually started allowing people to go through the canyon on their own inflatables after 5:30 p.m, which is exactly what we're doing. We're taking the kayak through, so hopefully with those paddles we can get through quite quickly. Saw a lot of people already having a few drinks and floating down on all sorts of inflatable things, so we might encounter some interesting people along the way, but should be a really cool experience. Alright, pretty cool. There's already a ton of people down here, and we already saw a fair few people floating down the river, which is cool, so we're about to pump up and get going.
The Shotover jet boat experience is one of the most popular day trips in Queenstown. Famed for their adrenaline-pumping stunts on powered jet boats that can operate in as little as 10 centimeters of water, their experience takes passengers through the stunning Shotover Canyon, bringing guests just inches from the canyon walls. During this previous summer, 2 days a week they were allowing public use of the river through the canyon after operating hours to experience its magnificence independently. We decided to take out the kayak to take advantage of this opportunity. We hope you enjoy what we captured from this epic ride.
Taking it easy? Unfortunately not. The sober section. Alrighty, so we mix things up a bit. I'm at the front because this guy here is way too big for my footage. And also as well, we had to take the fin off.
So we're spinning.
Now we're spinning a little. Yeah, we've got to keep ourselves straight, but the thing is the water level is way too low to go with the fin, I should say, so rather than scraping our way along, we're just going to float. Go, look at that. Keeping the choppy shit. Make it interesting. This is what Kyle would be freaking out about right now.
Freaking out.
Gonna get on the back again, mate.
Shot of the pirates.
So Francesco, how was that? Pretty cool?
Oh yeah, it was awesome. And yeah, even not too long, so you already arrived.
Yeah, about 45 minutes. And I tell you what, this is probably one of the coolest kayaking, or one of the coolest things you can actually do in Queenstown. This is really, really cool. Highly recommend it.
Heading out of town again via the scenic drive known as the Devil's Staircase, I find myself back in the region of Southland at Te Anau Downs, just outside of the Fiordland National Park. So we're going to do a little bit of a walk down to Lake Mistletoe here, just outside of Te Anau in a place called Te Anau Downs. We're right across from the Fiordland National Park, and this is apparently a really good spot for bird watching.
Here at Albert Town, just outside of Wanaka, and we're about to do a little bit of a kayaking trip down the Upper Clutha River, making our way to a place called Lake. Look at that water. Whoa. All right, here we go. So what did you say it was? 40 kilometers?
15. According to the article, was saying there were two guys who went to 15 kilometers.
Alright, 15 kilometers. Probably autumn last year that we cycled through here. All the way up along this ridge here, and we're going a lot faster right now. Surf's up, bro! Woohoo! Woohoo! Nice! Yeah.
Just over an hour from Queenstown is the town of Wanaka. Starting from the Albert Town camping area at the confluence of the Clutha and Hawea rivers, we started our journey. The previous year I'd undertaken a cycling trip alongside the Upper Clutha River, and looking down I imagined that it would be an amazing kayaking experience. To say it didn't disappoint would be an understatement, as you're about to witness.
So a lot of these areas here were used for gold settlement, and apparently the larch trees were actually used as indicators of areas where they would look for gold. There is actually an old settlement just through there. When we cycled through here last year, we did stop at that, and there's like an old little remnants of a hut, I should say. I wouldn't say a full hut, there was basically just a chimney, but it's a really nice ride through this forest. Yeah, someone's cycling right there. That's where we went through.
Gold was found in Otago at Gabriel's Gully in 1861, and by the end of 1862, towns began to pop up throughout the region, which led to the formation of Queenstown and Pembroke, later renamed Wanaka in 1940 due to its Māori heritage. This name is a mispronunciation of Wananga, which means sacred knowledge or a place of learning.
Up here on the ridge somewhere and took some photographs. Yeah, we took photos, but I think it's around this bend up here that it's really nice. Yeah, but we don't go sideways. That's what I mean. That's the problem. I do remember this section here because we stopped over here, like where the sandfall is, and we went out and got some water because the trail goes up halfway there. The harrier hawk up there, Australasian harrier hawk. Yeah, you can see the cycling trail about halfway up this.
the bike trail, yeah?
Yeah, so it goes along here.
Okay.
Yeah, the lower part, and then it comes over this. Yeah,
You
yeah.
understand.
Yep. So last time when we came through here, it was last, I think, April, we were cycling through this area. We actually jumped in here and went swimming at this point. It was freezing cold at that point. Still is pretty cold, but kind of refreshing. We're about 30 degrees, I think, today, which is good temperature to go swimming. Gil's offered Francesco a sandwich.
But we're not offering bubbles.
No bubbles, that's right. That's what we want. I think there's enough bubbles out there anyway for us. Where's the stick? Where's the stick? Where's the stick? Alright, no, it's on. We got some. That's a bit too big for you, that one. So we're gonna go straight out that way, try to get past all these rapids. Let's go.
Not only is the Clutha River the second longest river in New Zealand, stretching 338 kilometres from Lake Wanaka to south of Dunedin on the east coast, it is the swiftest and highest volume river in the country, discharging 614 cubic metres per second. The river is known for its dramatic scenery, gold rush history, and turquoise swift waters, all of which we discovered in more detail during our Clutha Gold Trail cycling video from 2020. By land or water, exploring this river is such an awesome experience.
Harakeke again. My arm will remember the harakeke. It's really fast down there. We survived. The Upper Clutha.
Done.
Queenstown comes to life during the summer. The activities are endless, as witnessed in this video and previous Queenstown summer videos.
Margarita time. Margarita time. Francesco's just come out of the
Francesco's just come out of self-isolation. COVID-free.
Each year, we always seem to find new adventures to go on, and of course, celebrate living in one of the most beautiful places on Earth.
Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed our content, please like and subscribe.
And we'd love if you could leave us a comment letting us know what you've enjoyed or what you'd like to see more of.
And help us grow our channel. Become part of the Global Travel Stories family by sharing with friends, family, or anyone you think would enjoy our content. Thanks, guys.